What's up, Googans? 10 on the dot.
Yeah.
It's After Drill. It's Blue Shirt Day.
That's right.
On After Drill, I'm Beef. He's
J-Fun.
Drew. J-Fun. Station. I'm a
Round
company
two.
man around
Round
here.
two.
You know, Drew's sort of fringe company man, so he still gets to go free agency with the shirt selection.
That's right.
Hell of a day here on the Drill. We had a lot going on. Drew, of course, as always, After Drill brought to you by our friends at the UPS store.
Oh, yeah. UPS store located at 830 A1A North in Tournament Plaza. Locally owned and operated by our friends at Duncan. Serving the community for the last 25 years. All your printing needs, whether it be brochures, business cards, yard signs, planners, you name it, they got you over there at the UPS store in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. You can reach them at 904-285-2345. That's 904-285-2345.
Crazy day on the Drill today. We had a lot to dive into. First and foremost, of course, the NFL Network's countdown of the top 100 players, numbers 11 through 20 last night. Two more, and what I would have to suspect the last two Jaguars that will show up on this list. At number 14, Calais Campbell, richly deserved after a monstrous 2018 campaign, or 2017, I should say. And up for debate whether there's a little shade here as Jalen Ramsey checks in at number 17. Hard to quibble with being a top 20 guy in the NFL, but you know,
I thought he'd go a little higher.
Jalen said all the right things on his social media. He didn't take any shots at anyone, but knowing Jalen Ramsey is a guy who will take any perceived slight as motivation and use it to his advantage. And I would think being number 17, especially as good as he feels going into 2018, it'll be a little extra gas on the fire. I have a feeling he'll be much higher next year when they count down the top 100.
He's going to write 17 on all his shoes, on his
Yeah.
wristbands.
He's going to let everybody know.
17!
Every time he locks somebody down. Hey, 17 today, buddy.
Yeah.
Also, the Florida Gators in action this afternoon in Omaha. Backs against the wall after losing the opener to Texas Tech. They play Texas at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Jackson Coar goes for Florida. They've got to win or go home. It's tough. It's always so hard in Omaha. We say it all the time. It's so hard in Omaha when you lose the opener, man. You get shoved into that loser's bracket. It is a tough road to hoe. Sam's watching. We love Sam. Sam's our backup trivia guy, Drew. When kids from our John is sick, maybe has salmonella, like Jeff.
Jeff's on the way to the hospital right now.
Jeff's going to die, and Sam pinch hits ably on the trivia. We love Sam. Sam's also a bona fide donut guy. On the Gate River Run, he offers up donuts for the athletes on the Gate River.
Says
Run.
I'm getting treated way better than him. Just saying.
Well, we like Drew more than you, Sam. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sam.
It's nepotism. Also, it's a lot going on, man. But the big takeaway this morning, I think, that we need to sink our teeth into is the stunning revelation. I guess I shouldn't call it a revelation. It hasn't been fully determined yet. Of Jeff Prosser dying of salmonella. Now he got a heartbreaking, tragic text from his daughter, the lovely SP, who's down in Gainesville. She sent him a consumer alert that says that there's been a recall on Smacks. Not Smack, he's not a heroin addict, on Smacks, the cereal, that are apparently being recalled due to salmonella. And Jeff is a dyed-in-the-wool Smacks eater. He loves them. He's a cereal guy, true and true. And Smacks are upper echelon cereal for him. Not for me. I like Smacks. They're not they're not in the Rushmore.
To be honest,
cereal
I've never
Rushmore.
had them.
You've never had Smacks?
Never had
the little puffed rice things.
Nope.
They're good, man. They're covered in sugar. You're
Can't
almost
really go wrong
immediately.
with
What up, Buckeye Matt? You almost immediately have diabetes after you eat them.
Fair.
But and I'm a big cereal guy. I know you can't tell by looking at me, but I love cereal. It's like my go-to meal. Regardless of part of day, I'll eat it for breakfast. I'll eat it for lunch. I'll eat it for dinner. I'll eat it for a snack. I'll eat it just for the hell of it. I love cereal. And far and away, number one on the list with a bullet is used to be kind of a limited run thing they'd bring out, then it would go away and it'd come back. It was like the McRib for a while.
Okay.
It was the Oops All Berries. The Captain Crunch people, when they would grow tired of destroying the roof of your mouth with those little yellow death squares, would roll out the Oops All Berries.
By the way, I would continue to eat those. I think they're delicious.
The Oops, I have nothing against the Crunch Berries. They're delicious. They're very buttery, and I love them. But it's the Oops All Berries. When that rolls out, that stuff is off the chain, son. When it's nothing but crunch berries, it's so good. It's like all the treats and none of the other stuff you feel like you're just obligated to eat. It's so good. But it does. I've discovered, and my son discovered this too, because my son loves the Oops All Berries as well. I don't give him a massive bowl like Dad eats though, because that's unhealthy. But I'll give him a small bowl like on a Saturday morning when I don't feel like grinding at the stove over some eggs.
Right.
And I'll make him a bowl of the berries, and he'll eat the berries, and he'll ask for more. He'll ask for a little second go around of the berries. That's fine. But what I've discovered is that it turns his little baby turds green.
Oh no!
Like Incredible Hulk green.
the
It's
food
the
dye.
weird. The food dye. It
Yeah.
turns his poop green. Sorry to get too gross on you, Googans. But yeah, that's just being real with you. We keep it real here on After Drill.
Stay tuned for the new Facebook Live show we have, Cooking with Beef, every Saturday morning.
Look, man.
Can't
don't-
wait.
Look, man. I believe me. I'm a food guy. I love to eat. I love all kinds of foods, and we'll get whenever I come across something, I'll let you know. It's a consumer alert thing, man. But oh no, Guggen Matt says that Drew Drew's got the Gator Blue shirt
No,
on.
it's J Fund.
It is a J-Fund shirt, but it is in Gator Blue, Drew. You might have to just remove your shirt for the segment. It's for the lady viewers out there enjoying
All of
the
our
show.
millions and millions of fans.
All the
enjoying
Guggenells
show, yeah.
enjoying the show right
That's
now.
right.
Might want to see Drew take the shirt off. They might want to see me take the shirt off. I'm not going to do it unless you want to throw some cash.
This is
up
what a peak male body looks like right
This
here.
is it, man. This
That's
is
it.
right. This is the ultimate. You know, I remember there was a tweet that went viral a couple weeks ago of a girl talking about how she prefers a dad bod because they're kind of
That
they're
did go
cushiony.
viral.
They're cushiony, and you can take a nap on them.
You're
and I
more
feel like,
fun. You like,
Yeah, I feel
never
like I'm
say
like
no
the
to a
ultimate
beer.
dad bod. I'm like a body pillow. You could just there's numerous areas on me you could lay on.
A
you know?
bodybuilder of some sorts, perhaps.
I do make many great efforts to build my body larger and larger. Usually it involves ribs or cereal or possibly ice cream. In my efforts to build the body
Yellow desk
larger
squares.
and larger. The yellow desk squares. I avoid them if I can. I will eat a bowl of Crunch Berries. Push comes to shove. But I'd much rather have the Oops All Berries. If I can, if I had my druthers, I'd rather have the Oops All Berries. We're way off the rails right now with the cereal talk. We've lost our minds. What else is going on, Drew? The LeBron saga continues to unfold.
Right.
Not much pertaining to LeBron specifically in the last 24 to 48 hours. It's more been about guys that LeBron has sort of been casually linked to, most notably Kawhi Leonard, in that, there was first he dropped the bomb that he wanted out of San Antonio, and everybody said
Right.
he wants LA. But like Charles Barkley said, what motivation does San Antonio have to send him to LA? He has 2 years left on his deal. It would be a trade, and I don't think LA has the assets that would make San Antonio go, yeah, this is the place we want to trade this guy
Yeah.
to. You're San Antonio, you trade him wherever you want to. If he wants out, that's fine. But you get the best deal.
You know
and
where
I
I
don't
would-
think the best deal is coming from LA.
You know where I would try to trade him if I was them? Is I might try to make a deal with Boston.
Well, I mean, Boston reportedly made a play for him in February, made an offer. The Spurs didn't even counter. It was just, hey, thanks, but no thanks. I still feel like he wants LA, and I think the Lakers will try to get it done, but it will have to involve a third team. Somebody else will have to get involved, and there will be more moving parts. It can't be a straight parts for parts swap with LA because LA just doesn't have enough. I mean, ESPN proposed it was Kuzma,
Ball on a pick.
Rondo, or Lonzo, Kuzma, and Dang going to San Antonio. And then it was like, to make the money work, Orlando came in. Orlando got a boatload of cash, but they also took Joffrey Laverne from San Antonio to offset the money, make the money work. And so, but I mean,
That would just be like they're dumping Kawhi. They're not going to do that.
but I mean, really, the package going back to San Antonio, what does that do for me if I'm the Spurs? I'm
Nothing.
trying to get back into the mix.
Right.
And the idea of Lonzo and Kyle Kuzma and Luol Deng, that's not putting me back in the mix.
no way.
Why am I doing it? It doesn't make a lick of sense, especially for a team you've been a rival with for a long time. Why do I want to help the LA Lakers? I don't.
Do you buy the whole they're not trading him to a team in the West, or what do you think?
I don't necessarily buy that. I just
Right.
think, as
I think
it
if they
stands
get a
right now,
deal from somebody, they
right.
can't. Yeah, they'll
Get a
take it.
sweetheart deal, make the
Yeah.
move. And guess what? If you don't get a sweetheart deal right now, sit on him.
Yeah.
You've got him under contract for 2 years. Wait till the deadline. See if somebody gets desperate. You know,
cough, Cavs trading
Right.
Kyrie when you don't have to.
Right.
Just because they want to trade doesn't
right, just
mean
because
you
the guy
give it
wants
to
out
him.
doesn't mean you got to get him out. Hey, you only had him for 9 years and you disgruntled all of last year. You still made the playoffs. You can get by dealing with a pissy Kawhi Leonard
Yeah.
for the better part of a year and trade him at the deadline
Yep.
if you don't get a package you like. Now, I think if Cleveland could get some kind of commitment from LeBron James that he's willing to come back to the Cavs and make it work, I think they'd be willing to part with that number 8 pick and Kevin Love and something else and try to make it
That
work
would
for
be
Kawhi
interesting.
Leonard.
That
And if
would
you're
be
the Spurs, Kevin Love's a nice piece. That number 8 pick, you can get a pretty decent player. I think that's enough to at least start the fires of a conversation.
Maybe make a play for Kyrie in 2019.
You may still have to circle around and bring another team in. You may still have to do some other things, but I think that could be the building blocks of a reasonable deal.
I like that.
Tristan and Love to the Cavs for Kawhi. If I'm the
That's not enough.
If I'm the Spurs, I don't want Tristan Thompson
Yeah.
at that
That's
contract.
not
I don't
enough.
want that. I don't want to absorb that contract and deal with that money. I'd rather have the pick and Kevin Love than Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson showed in this last postseason, dude. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
If I'd rather roll the dice on the draft pick and hope maybe I land a star than take my chances on a dude
I would agree.
who's just a guy. Kevin Love's a nice player. He's an all-star player. He's a building block to get a deal done for Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi Leonard is a top 10 dude. He is
Yeah.
a megastar. So you are trading. Kevin Love is here. Kawhi Leonard is here. Tristan Thompson is down below the floor.
It's almost like I think with the injury and whatnot, and people not having seen Kawhi play in a while, they almost
Right.
kind of forgot.
And there's
how,
some question marks about the injury because
Right.
there's some questions about whether he was misdiagnosed by the Spurs medical staff. I get all that.
Mm-hmm.
And Kawhi's never had an injury problem in the past, but still, facts are facts. The guy played 9 games last year. 9. Missed the rest of the season due to injury. And there was a lot of weird, wishy-washy stuff with is he coming back, is he not, is he ready, can he play, no he's not playing, he's going to play, no he's not. There was a lot of this he said, she said stuff with the team and Kawhi. It was very messy. So I think fair or unfair, there's at least question marks surrounding Kawhi Leonard for any team looking to deal for him as far as, what's this guy's level of commitment? Is he really ready to come in and go balls out and try and help us win a title?
I think he kind of learned from the Isaiah Thomas situation where Isaiah Thomas rushed back from that hip and cost himself an absolute boatload of money.
of cash.
I mean, he maybe
Permanently, too.
Yeah.
The idea of Isaiah Thomas getting a long-term big money deal
It's
is
done.
gone. It doesn't exist.
He had that one big year, and now he's never going to get paid for it. And if he was a free agent a year ago before that injury, he would have got a huge deal.
He got a big deal. Maybe not a max deal, but he would have gotten like a 4 or 5 year deal that paid him a lot of money.
And now that's
huge
no
money up
way
front.
that's gonna happen
And it's
now.
never going to happen for him. And I get it from Kawhi. You want to be careful. But I still think if LA is what Kawhi wants, and if LA is what LeBron wants, I think there's a way to make it work. And I think the Spurs would still make the deal with LA if a third team gets involved and they can put together a package that they like and they're getting fair compensation. And I think fair compensation is one legit blue chip player like a Kevin Love or somebody similar, one lottery pick, high preferably, but no later than that number 8 pick from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and probably some future selections as well, or another rotational type player.
Right.
Kawhi Leonard is a great basketball player. He was averaging the year before last, averaged over 25 points a game. He's a spectacular defender. Until this issue with his injury and the hassle with the Spurs, he's been a no-stress superstar.
But this is all so weird.
He's been the quiet megastar. He's made no waves. So there's also reason to believe if you're a team looking to add Kawhi Leonard that he may come in and be that guy once again.
Right.
He may be the quiet megastar who gives you 25 a game and never makes another wave for the rest of his life. There's reason to believe that that's going to be the case. And if you get an evaluation of him and he checks out as healthy and you think he's good to go and you can get him for a package like that, I think you're still probably winning the trade getting that guy.
The idea of LeBron and Kawhi in LA to me is just so intriguing. I think that for me personally,
It could be a really scary team.
I think that's what I really want to see happen is LeBron and Kawhi team up in LA, and then they add another piece, and then all of a sudden they make a run at the Warriors.
By the way, if LeBron and Kawhi go to the Lakers, I mean, what are we even doing in the East? What are we doing?
God.
It's basically Boston, right?
Boston and
With-
Sixers are going to
Right,
battle
the
it out
Sixers are going
for-
to,
yeah.
health permitting, the Sixers are
But
going to
it's
battle out
Boston.
with Boston. But it's
Boston's
basically
a better-
Boston.
yeah. Yep.
Toronto's a joke. Stop selling me the Toronto Raptors. Our teams. I mean, he's a Knicks fan. I'm a Bulls fan. Boo. We're trash right now. Don't get me wrong. I've got Lowry marketing fever. I love the guy. Okay, he's the finisher. But it's going to take some time to put that team together. They're picking 7th. Maybe they get a good player. I don't know. The future is a long ways off for both our teams. So might as well go out to L.A., go join the Lakers. Who cares? Have fun. Go try and get the Warriors. Good luck. God bless. Also percolating today is Sticks. I called you Sticks. I got Sticks on the mind. Sticks is in Vegas, guys. Or I think he's in Indiana right now. He's going to Vegas. I have to message Sticks. I had Sticks on the brain. My apologies to Drew.
It's okay.
Sticks is going to Vegas with his dad. It's like a family tradition. They go to Vegas. They get tore up from the floor up together. It's a bonding trip. With Sticks and Papa Sticks. So best wishes to them. Safe travels. But yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, the remarkable time-traveling home run by Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Now, Soto, the 19-year-old phenom for the Nats, great power, hit a home run, I think, in his second game with the Nats. He's been a spectacular addition to the lineup since he got called up. Now, he got called up a few weeks ago, and he's done great. Last night, or I should say yesterday afternoon, he hit a home run that, honest to goodness, I don't know if anybody's ever hit a home run to this place in the Nats Park. Now, you, being a Mets fan, you're familiar with the Nats ballpark.
I am.
The second level in right field is a million miles away.
Yeah.
And Juan Soto hit a ball there that didn't, just barely get there. It was going. Somehow, they listed it as 433, man. That is a flat-out lie, bro. He did not hit that ball 433.
What was did they have the exit velo and all that?
Exit velo was 112, dude. He absolutely obliterated it. It's crazy.
By the way, where are those players in my farm system?
Right.
Who are the instant all-stars I get to call up?
You don't have any.
I don't have any.
You got Timmy. You got Timmy.
Timmy Tebow playing right field for the Mets here in the next
I bet Timmy
weeks.
could hit 112 on the exit velo about 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Big league career.
But
yeah, so he hit this ball, but the reason it is a time-traveling home run, you're right, Matthew. Soto is the truth. I don't like it, too, because I'm a Cubs fan. I don't like the Nats getting better. I need the Nats to get worse. Or I need the Nats to I need Soto to be so much the truth that Harper
Nats made a
signs
trade last night, didn't they?
Nats made a trade. They picked up Casey's closer for a few prospects,
right.
So that's good. That'll boost their bullpen. The Nats are trying to stay in it and make it real. But Soto's home run, the reason it's a time-traveling home run is the game that they were playing in the afternoon was actually the continuation of a postponed game from May 15th. That's 2 weeks prior to Soto's call-up date. So on the box score from the May 15th game, Juan Soto will be credited with a home run despite not actually having begun his active Major League service until 2 weeks later.
By the way,
calendar.
Breaking news here, really. LeBron James expected to opt out of the contract to become a free agent.
My God, who knew?
Yeah, right.
Could not have guessed that one. Big breaking news, thanks to ESPN. Is that a Woj bomb?
Woj
on
bomb.
ESPN? No, that's a Max Kellerman bomb on ESPN.
God.
Yeah, of course LeBron's going to opt out because either way, whether he's going back to Cleveland or he's going somewhere else, he's not taking the 1 year in Cleveland, even though it's for $35 million. It's a good payday. Don't get me wrong. But we talked about this too, Drew. That the salary structure now, the max contract is a percentage of the salary cap. And so LeBron can only make so much as his max salary. It was different in 1998 when Michael Jordan signed his last contract with the Chicago Bulls. He signed a 1 year deal going into the 1997-98 season. He was, I think, 33 years old at the time. The rules by the salary cap, you had no penalty or limitations on what you paid your returning free agents. You could bring those guys back, pay whatever you wanted. Didn't count. Again, there was no luxury tax. There was no penalty. You could pay them whatever you wanted. The salary cap for the 97-98 season was, I believe, $29 million.
Okay.
The Bulls signed Michael Jordan to a 1 year deal for $33 million. So literally his entire 1 year salary was more than the salary cap allowed for an entire roster.
Wow.
And it led to the question, by today's standards, if those rules were still in place, the salary caps, the threshold before you go into luxury tax, I believe, is $123 million. By today's standards and what guys are getting paid, if those qualifications existed, is LeBron James a $100 million player?
LeBron James.
I feel like he is.
LeBron James.
How do you?
First off, especially
How do you put a value on it?
Especially to Cleveland, he's
Right.
a $100 million player because we've talked about what he does for their city.
Their economy,
Yeah.
and just the team in general.
Right.
I mean, you take LeBron off the Cleveland Cavs, they are probably a lottery team, and in worst case, a fringy playoff team. But with LeBron, they're a title threat.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can't quantify the value of LeBron James with a dollar figure, but it's a lot more than the
35.
salary he will command
Yeah.
as a free agent.
I mean,
It's
LeBron
a
for
ton more.
LeBron for $35 million really is
It's a bargain, dude. It's a bargain. And you should, and that's why it's so embarrassing what the Cavs have done with building a roster around him, because
Right.
they're basically getting LeBron James at like the Food Lion price.
Discount
Like they're
price.
getting him at such a discount that for you to not be able to build a championship caliber team around him is embarrassing.
Right.
You're an embarrassment, Cleveland Cavaliers. The fact that you have been unable to construct a title winnings roster around him, and the one time you did, the one time you put together a title winning roster, you traded away the only other reasonable blue chipper you had on the team because he was a little disgruntled playing with LeBron James. Guess what?
Would've
It's
been
hard
fun.
playing with the alpha guys.
Yeah.
It's hard. You think Scottie Pippen, it was sunshine and rainbows every damn
They'd
day
have
in
worked it
Chicago,
out. LeBron would've
playing with
talked it
Michael
out with
Jordan? Yeah, Kyrie would have worked it out playing with Michael Jordan, and you'd be better off with those two guys than that bag of garbage you ended up with in the
Isaiah.
NBA Finals. You got Isaiah, then you move those
all
parts
of them,
off. You
yeah.
went up with Larry Nance and Jordan Crawford, and those guys both.
I mean,
suck.
look at it. They
it
really
was a mess.
At the end of the day, you traded Kyrie Irving for Jordan Clarkson.
Right.
And Rodney
Larry
Hood
Nance and Rodney
Larry
Hood.
Nance.
You traded for a bag of magic beans, and guess what? They didn't grow a bean sprout. They grew nothing. You lost
Yep.
badly in the NBA Finals.
Fired up here on after.
A little
Drill.
fired up. I love the NBA. NBA draft's 2 days away now. DeAndre Ayton, probably the number one pick. Puma's back in the game. They got Ayton. They got Marvin Bagley. And they've got Jay-Z as a creative consultant. It's
How much
crazy.
are they dropping on these guys?
They got to be spending some mad money on these dudes. You're always a little skeptical when like the new shoe company comes into the game. You feel a little better about Puma than it's like some rogue brand like
Right.
the Starburys.
Well, Adidas
Or remember,
made that strong comeback. a couple
Adidas
years
made a
ago.
strong comeback, but it kind of floundered when Derrick Rose went down. And then when they lost the uniform deal to Nike, that kind of hurt Adidas's foot in the foothold in the NBA game. A lot of people put it up. I know you may remember this because he wound up with the Knicks as well. But Joakim Noah signed a deal with like this French shoemaker that I don't even know how to pronounce the name, but their shoes had a big rooster on the shoes, and they're awful shoes. But he signed on with them, and it's like everybody wonders how much that contributed to his injury problems towards the later stages of his career here at the end with Chicago and with New York, because he's had foot and leg and back problems, and you wonder how much of it is he's playing with these crappy no support, no padding
Right.
French rooster shoes. So
Have we seen the Puma shoes yet? Have they come
I haven't
out
seen
with
any
some?
Puma
I
shoes
haven't
yet.
seen it.
I would think in the promo art, if they had shoes, they would have had Bagley or Ayton holding them, but they're not holding any kicks. It's just the logo. Clyde Frazier is back with them too. Clyde was the face of Puma back in the day when Clyde was with the Knicks. He was the face of the brand, so he's kind of back with them as well. It's fun. It's fun seeing another new looks. I'm not a big shoe guy, but I like players being able to express themselves on the floor with the different options with footwear and different accessories. It's fun. It's not. I like it. It's like in the old days. It was like the only way you could express yourself was compression shorts and knee sleeves. So it's like it's nice seeing these guys be able to play around a little bit and have a little more fun.
Right.
We're about out of time. We're gonna say goodbye for now. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of. That's true, Matt. The weed may have been a factor.
Good analysis,
just
probably.
as much as the chicken shoes
Yeah.
for Joakim Noah. God bless the earth. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here on the Drill's Facebook page with another edition of After Drill. Peace, Cougans.